What would 13YO think about you as a person right now? She'd be scared of me. I was a really quiet, shy, insecure religious kid, and I kinda turned into a loud, assertive and rambunctious adult. She'd pretty much think I was the devil. I think she would be proud of me. I'm still awkward, but not near as awkward as I was during those days. Getting older is really just understanding that most of us are awkward, and in order to be social you need be able to accommodate different types and levels of awkward. He would probably take one look at my wife and give me a high five. Please read this to your wife. It will make her day. Your wife picked the right person to marry. Hello you, if I ever find you IRL I will hug you and ask how your day is going. 13-year-old me, holy heck, you have a lot of cacti. Is this comment about beard stubble or actual physical cacti? Physical plants, it'd be pretty bad to be growing beard stubble considering I'm not a dude. I was really anxious and depressed when I was 13, still am, but have a better handle on it, so I'd be surprised that I'm still alive and such a well-adjusted adult. Right, at 13 there was no way to know that life would get less horrible. How are you still alive at the old age of 34? My best friend and I were so convinced we'd be dead by 30, cause who would want to live after that? My BFF just turned 30 earlier this month, and I've only got a couple more months to go. I desperately hope my teenage self was wrong about my expiration date. You're an accountant? That's so boring. Look, kid, not everyone can be a paleontologist and a bartender at the same time and get by in life. Also, I don't even drink alcohol. I have no clue why I wanted to be a bartender when I was a kid. Yeah, I'm a bank manager. I'm sure 13-year-old me would assume I'd be a rockstar by now, touring with Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco. Because of that Tom Cruise movie. Tears in Eyes, so cool. What happened to all the confidence? With the thought that at 13 I didn't think I'd make it to C15, I think she'd be really proud of how much I've taken control over my depression and anxiety. Plus she'd love the cat I have. I would think I was a dumb liberal. I would think I'm an evil conservative. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Yeah, 13-year-old me was right on the cusp of forming my own views versus just parroting the views that my parents had, but a year or two younger me would be horrified that I was a big ol' lefty who supported abortion rights. I was really apolitical when I was 13, as opposed to now where I'm very political in the right setting. Same. He would be happy to learn who became president and confused that I'm not. 13-year-old me would be so mad that I enjoy drugs. He would hug me when I tell him that I had a dog and he died. He would be mad that I have a cat. He would be very excited I have a Pokemon tattoo. And he would be excited to see photos of handsome gentlemen I've dated. 13 Wyoming is surprised I haven't killed myself yet. So boring, and probably freak out about my hairline. Awesome. I've had a girlfriend, gotten laid, made friends, went to college, learned a profession, purchased many of the possessions I wanted, learned that money and items don't provide satisfaction in life. 13-year-old me, can you drive yet? And are to enrolled in college yet? 19-year-old me, no, and no. Yet I did apply for next fall. 13-year me would think 31-year me was really awesome. Sick hair, dreamy partner, the best cat a girl could ask for, and a job building websites to fund my art habit. People even pay me to make art sometimes. I got a tattoo. I'm still obsessed with Sailor Moon and outer space. Have wonderful friends that truly understand me and have finally gotten the mental illness we struggled with under control. I also have a cool apartment 200 miles from home. She'd be very pleased. And now I feel like crying. Cool, tight. Makes me feel like I'm gonna figure it all out. So happy for and proud of you. I'd be proud that I'm alive and living authentically. 13-year-old me thought I would never transition. He'd probably be almost as disappointed as my parents. You turned a black hat. You went down the wrong road, brother. He'd be really weird about me being bi for about 10 minutes, then he'd completely roll with it and go try to bang our high school crush. And in pretty much every other way, he'd be hyped. Why are you hanging from the ceiling? I'm not sure if you're referring to gruesome suicide or a gravitron-like device. If it's the first, please get some help. Somewhere. Anywhere. Here if you want. If it's the latter, that's kinda funny. Oh boy, you've gained weight and you've given up on sports too, what a waste. He'd be super disappointed we weren't a church pastor. Also he'd wonder how the rapture hadn't happened yet. She'd probably want to off herself rather than become me. You finally know what you're doing with your life. Congrats. Disappointed you're 42 and still shop at Kids Gap? He would be disappointed. I'm 5'9", 128 lbs. Well, at least you stopped cutting yourself. 13 Wyoming would think very good about me. I've got everything that I dreamed about a child and more. Would be proud of my achievements for 19 years old. Younger me would be blown away by how happy I am and that I'm surrounded by love. I'm still chasing the same dreams, but now I'm going to be working in the field I always wanted. She would also be happy to find out that I did finally make moves on her crush after growing up a lot and that it has turned into a great relationship. I think I would be disappointed, to be quite honest, lol. He'd probably say, I don't know what I expected. 13 Wyoming would be very disappointed for reasons both wrong and right. He's be ogling all my video games, but be sad that I never have time to play them. They would love my story and hate my body. He would probably act as if we aren't the same person. My mother would probably ask me if I ever touched me. He'd wonder where the good times went. Well, he's 13, so I'd just distract him with memes to cover up all the problems in my life. He'd think I was the absolute best, like that uncle that visited once with all the cool tattoos and then you never saw again for some reason. He's think I have terrible taste in music, lol. What? I'm a girl now. I'm not. I just thought this would be a cool comment. She'd think I looked slimmer than she expected. Got fat, but everything else is pretty cool. It's been 2 years and nothing's changed for us other than being in high school. I would ask me how I beat the Mage Master in Final Fantasy VI. So it all works out then. Yeah, just about. That's good. Do you wanna play Borderlands? I'm cool af. 13-year-old me is still basically me, except I can do more stuff and I have more stuff. Don't really know. There's a lot of things I could explain, but not sure 13-year-old me would really connect with me now. You are smarter than you thought. Sorry for telling our parents to send us to this private school and now they are trying to bang phones. Fuck. Not even 5'10"? Why are you sleeping with so many? He'd be sorely disappointed to see that the only thing he's got to look forward to is a luscious beard. How you got way more depressed. I thought you were going to be in the NBA. I thought I made New Year's resolutions. You got fat. You're boring. Where are all your friends? Your sister really hates you. You haven't seen the world yet. I survived pneumonia for this. I'm dressed in a suit for a business meeting in the business district of Chicago at 19 years old. Even me from last year would be impressed. You've made some significant mistakes, but overall, slightly better than I expected. Why are you engaged to that nerd from school? Why aren't you married to a rich, handsome, tall guy yet? Why don't you have more expensive things money? My 13-year-old self was snobby and rude. Thank goodness I didn't turn out like she wanted me to. I mean, I would still like more money, but, you know. 13-year-old me would be disappointed with me. I wanted to have a college degree and a steady income at my current age when I was 13. Instead I work in retail. Ah man, I also wanna stop school. Oh, I'm 13, so I think I'm fine. Nothing else to say. 13-year-old me, excited, so tell me we married him and lived happily ever after me, cries in nostalgic. Who is this sad guy and why doesn't he want to play Skylanders anymore? 13-year-old me Macup. That's for girls. I've been 14 for about a month now, so awed by the strides in art improvement we made in 10 plus years. Disappointed that we didn't take any of the career paths she had in mind. Appalled that I'm a bleeding heart liberal that barely strings together coherent sentences in texts and DMs. She'd probably think I'm cool, since I'm not nearly as outwardly socially awkward, but also be disappointed that she still won't have any aspect of her life together in 10 years. He would probably be really happy that I finally found friends, but also pretty sad that I'm suffering from depression. I'm still on the computer all the time, so nothing's changed there. Sweet house but how come you so fat? He would spit on the ground and skate away scornfully. Veteran USMC captain with a hot wife, 3 kids, a dog, and his own house with an arcade in the basement. Pretty happy. SRS 1 year has passed, and you're already a failure. You're dumb for trying to massage your knee and pressing too hard on your kneecap causing a tear to happen. Just look at you in a knee brace waiting for Sunday to come around so you can go to the 13-year-old me would be disappointed that I didn't achieve much. He'd probably think I was the coolest dude ever, and yet I'm not. He'd be happy with how he turned out. A tad disappointed that he went to college, but had to drop out. But when he found out why, he'd understand. He would be proud of me. Young me wanted to make cars. I work in an automotive company. Young me wanted to go to Germany. I went. He could think I'm fat though. Well, he depressed, lol. That would sum it up. She'd be so proud. I'm married to a kind, loving man. My familial relationships have never been better. I have an incredible set of close friends, which is not something I thought I'd have at that age. She'd be surprised I survived this long. I wasn't doing too well back then. She'd probably also wonder how I got a sailor's mouth. Well, still fat, but at least you have friends now. 13-year me would not even recognize me. I really cleaned myself up. I used to be quiet and depressed. Now, I'm just a little depressed, but I'm a lot better. I got contacts and learned to play piano and guitar.